Today we're going to explore a fundamental topic for anyone who loves sailing year-round: heating on board. Whether you want to enjoy a winter cruise or simply keep a comfortable environment during the colder seasons, choosing the right heating system is crucial. Welcome aboard, Beliwa. The cold can be a significant obstacle to enjoying your boat, especially if you're not properly equipped. But good heating can really make the difference between a comfortable stay on board and a battle against the weather conditions. In addition to providing warmth, the right heating also helps prevent issues like humidity, condensation, and mold, which are the invisible enemies of every sailor, especially during the winter. By the way, check out our video on humidity on boats to find out how to effectively fight this annoying enemy of comfort. In this video, we'll explore the main types of boat heaters, from diesel models to portable electric ones and heat pumps, analyzing the pros and cons of each to help you choose the best solution. I'll also give you some practical tips to improve heating efficiency and reduce heat loss. Finally, we'll talk about power and performance. How much energy do you really need to keep your boat warm, even in the toughest conditions? Guys, I want to take this opportunity to say that our HiNelson community is really growing, so thank you all for the ongoing support you've given us throughout this adventure, which has now lasted 5 years. One very important thing: HiNelson Academy is a free service for enthusiasts, but also for anyone who wants to get into boating in general. So if you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell. That way you'll stay up to date with every new release. And you'll also help us keep our already large community active. Diesel heaters work by burning diesel fuel, taken from the boat's tank or from their own dedicated tank. They have a fan that, through a system of ducts and vents, distributes warm air throughout the cabins. The advantage of this type of heater is that they're highly efficient, ideal for long periods of sailing, they use little fuel, and can easily heat large spaces. The downside is at the beginning. They require a fairly complex installation and, in any case, regular maintenance. They are available in different power levels, from 2 to 10 kilowatts, and are suitable for boats of all sizes. These are the so-called electric heaters. They are often paired with fans that increase their heating capabilities. Only consider them if they have an emergency shutoff, in case they tip over due to a wave. These heaters run on electric power and are often used when docked with shore power connection. The advantage is that they're easy to use and move around without needing any structural modifications to the boat, they're affordable, and they come in various models, even designer ones. The downside is that they depend on shore power or a powerful generator, so they're useless when sailing on the open sea. They're also inefficient on large or poorly insulated boats. The power is usually between 500 and 2,000 watts, which is enough to heat small cabins or, in any case, limited spaces. These radiators use electric resistors to heat the oil inside them, which then spreads the heat throughout the space in a uniform and gradual way. The advantages are that they're easy to use and install, they're quiet while operating, and they retain heat for a long time, even after being turned off. The downside is that they require a constant power supply and are slower to heat up compared to other systems. Generally, they range from 500 watts to 2.5 kilowatts, with built-in thermostats that manage temperature and energy consumption. This type of heater is typical for camping, and in my opinion, is not suitable for boats. These heaters use liquid fuels like paraffin or kerosene, often in portable or semi-fixed units. The advantages are that they're inexpensive, don't require electrical power, and are easy to transport and use even on the open sea. The downside is that they produce odors and require good ventilation. They are much more affordable compared to diesel or electric models. In terms of power, they range from 1 to 4 kilowatts, which is enough for small boats but not for larger ones. Even though many people use it, I consider it completely unsuitable for boats, since the dangers include both carbon monoxide and the risk of waves overturning the heater, which could result in a spill of flammable liquid. I'll leave the rest to your imagination. Heat pumps are devices that transfer heat from a cold source to a warm one. To put it simply, even a refrigerator can be considered a heat pump. They work both as heaters and as air conditioners. Heat pumps have multiple advantages. They are highly efficient for both heating and cooling. They are perfect for boats docked at a marina or with access to shore power or powerful generators. The disadvantages are that they are quite expensive and require a fairly complex installation. They rely heavily on electricity, so they're not suitable for long trips without a generator. They usually range from 3 to 6 kilowatts and are suitable for medium and large boats. Lately, I've seen them installed even on smaller boats. These stoves are like the ones you find in mountain homes. They use wood and solid fuels to heat the space, creating a natural source of warmth. The advantages is that they definitely create a cozy and pleasant atmosphere and don't require electricity. The downside is that they take up a lot of space on board for installation and for storing the fuel. They are completely unsuitable for use in rough sea conditions. Generally, they range from 3 to 8 kilowatts but require careful management of both combustion and available space. In general, there are many types of heating systems used on board, but I want to share the one I've perfected after 7 years of living on a boat. In my first years of winter sailing, I mainly relied on excellent technical clothing suitable for the cold season, but I'll go into more detail about this in another video. Now, for anchoring out during the winter, I've installed a diesel heater that provides reliable and consistent warmth. Instead, when I'm docked at the marina, I use an oil-filled radiator from 500 watts to 1 kilowatt, which I place under the table in the dinette. This allows me to maintain a dry and comfortable warmth throughout the boat. Additionally, I have a 1,500 watt electric heater that I use for faster heating and to eliminate humidity, especially on rainy days, to keep the air dry. Another tip I can give you is to turn on the fans at the lowest speed and point them upwards. This helps circulate warm air throughout the space. It improves heat distribution and prevents the formation of cold air pockets. Keeping the boat warm isn't that difficult. The tips are pretty much the same as the ones you can find in the video about humidity. So always maintain good ventilation to avoid problems with mold and condensation by airing out the boat daily. If you have shore power, use portable dehumidifiers to keep the air dry and reduce humidity. A dry boat heats up faster and retains heat longer. Seal any possible drafts. It might seem obvious, but check hatches, portholes, skylights, and doors to make sure there are no drafts. Even small drafts of cold air can lower the interior temperature and make the heating system work harder than necessary. Leave the cabinets slightly open. When the heating is on, leave cabinets and lockers slightly open to allow heat to reach all areas of the boat, preventing moisture from building up in closed cold spots. Use rugs and blankets. Insulate the floors with rugs, and use fleece blankets in the cabins to improve thermal comfort. In conclusion, as we've seen, heating on a boat can make a big difference in comfort, both at the dock and while sailing during the colder months. Choosing the right system depends a lot on the size of the boat and the available energy resources. From the efficiency of diesel heaters to the simplicity of electric models, every option we've looked at today has its own advantages. I'm sure this information will help you choose the most suitable heating system for your boat, but above all, for your adventures. If you have other suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. Have a great winter sailing season as always, and may you have just the right amount of wind. Not too little, not too much, but just right.